Yo, welcome in, you fine slayers. Oh, hopefully you guys are doing great. Ladies and gents, Eagles fan and Psycho Sapien, welcome in. First couple. All right, we got a Blizzard Sork with no mercenary for some reason. Hal's Tombs, not that long though. Let's go ahead and I'm just gonna honestly blast him to try to get some statues wherever the bro is. G-Stacks. Mom, yo, what's going on? Oh no, I don't know which one he's in. I forgot to reset the maps. Great. One eternity later. I should just go out to whatchamacallit. I'm actually gonna do that. Welcome in, Mom. Hopefully you're doing great. Viv, what's going on? Dragon, yo, yo. Oh, yeah, kept clicking on the wrong spot. Which way is...
Let's go!
My man here. Oh, Wicked Plumber coming to attend gifted Saleya ships. Thank you so much. The generosity. Huge round of applause for Wicked Plumber, the Giga Chad. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, we got circle. We have no sun. No sun. I know where that one is. I don't know them all. Thank you so much, Wicked Plumber, once again. I can never thank you enough for the crazy generosity continued on the channel. You legend. Boom.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. All right. Coming through with another 5 right after 10. My goodness. Thank you so much. Caught me off guard there. I wasn't expecting that. That's not your normal. Wait, didn't I see the sun? Did I not come to the right place? What am I? What? Oh, it's right here. I'm dumb. Square. There's no square. Where's square? Is it over here? You guys are like, Phil, you're dumb. There was totally there. Thank you so much once again, Wicked Plumber. Appreciate you a bazillion. There she is. One eternity later. Wait, how do you play this character again? Oh, okay, there we go. I couldn't remember where my hotkeys were. Optimal play right now. There we go. Do I need any town portals? I do. Thank you. Man, everyone over here is getting, let's see. We'll worry about that later. Oh, shoot. I messed something up here. Hold on a second. Oh no. I'm literally messing everything up. All right, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna... Oh, there's 10 more minutes. I'm such an idiot. I'll be right back. My bad. Noob streamer. Do forgive me. I ran 6 feet. I'm dying. Only half kidding. Alright, let's see if I can just get a couple of statues here. This wasn't the plan today, but it popped up, so let's make it happen. I mean, obviously I'm trying to find cool stuff, but trying to knock some of these out. Viv updated his YouTube app. Emotes are back. Nice. Yeah, I'd be worried doing those updates nowadays, huh? I was telling you the other day, my buddy, his app just, he got an update like that, and then it just started defaulting into shorts. And apparently I was doing some research on it, and it depends what type of phone you have. But certain phones, the app updating, it doesn't update to that particular version on every phone. It's only certain phones. Pretty much like the newest phones. And he's the guy that has like the newest of the new phones. Like he never has a phone for more than like a year because then he buys a new one. But I'm like, what a disaster. What a disaster. I want to be over here anyways. Maybe this will be faster. Yeah, there we go. Will you... True gamer? Well, because I hopped on, instantly had to run away real quick. I missed the contact. But yeah. Appreciate you, Levelita, I believe on the pronunciation there. Not 100% sure, but going on KC. Galithnim, what is up? Sorry, sometimes pronunciation's not my strong suit. Too many consonants in a row though makes it tough for me. Yeah, too many consonants. Teleport. Yeah, the thing is I oh, Duriel good for facets, baby. Oh, I was just feeling 5-5 that time. I don't know why. Unsuccessful though, huh? Yeah, well, still it's okay. I guess if we get a, you know, something we could stick that in and get us a little help out on our cold if we really wanted to, and not worry about just nuking it. Goliath Nightmare, NM. Oh, locator. New Mexico. Gotcha. Tell me that. Now I gotcha. Now it makes sense now that you say it. G-Stacks, what's going on? I forget you were in the up at the original, right? Actually, yeah, I shouted you out. Couldn't remember. So hectic here with all my mistakes at the start of the stream right off the bat. Amulete. Go on, Nook. Quick cast. Yeah, I do use quick cast. Yep. I don't know, 4-4. We'll keep it, I guess. Yeah, so I just have Blizzard right here, and I just click the button on the right click. That's how I do it. G-Stack's always here at the beginning, even when you're sleeping. Even those days when I start streaming at like 8 o'clock in the morning, I call fake news, G. You're sleeping, we know it. A lot of uniques over here.
Streaking 14 months out of 24.
Zephanaxi, yo! Thank you for the 24 months. Wait. Oh yeah, 24 months of Twitch Prime sub. Oh, I had to read what it was saying there. You had a month or two skip there. No big deal. Thank you so much for the generosity. Not stealing, but taking Jeff Bezos' money and giving it to a streamer in need like myself. Thank you, thank you. First time catching it live. Yuki, welcome in. Appreciate you joining us. Io, we'll take it. Just Blizzard Sork farming whatever at the moment. Are you farming for Uber Ancients? So Frisbo, I'm not farming for Uber Ancients, but I'm not farming for Uber Ancients. Part of the reason is I'm fairly confident that next season there's going to be another patch, and I don't know this for sure, but I just have a sneaking suspicion, we'll call it, that they're going to nerf the drop rates on these statues. And one like Duriel, yeah, don't want to have to farm Duriel all the time, but you know, for these kind of drops right here. How do you save and exit so fast? So I have a macro for my mouse that just hits all the buttons for me to save and exit, as if I was pushing them, but I'm just sitting here reading chat instead. So exclamation hands free if you want to see exactly how I do it, but Well, it's a really close. It's a video. I have it set up slightly different now, but it's a video from years back of really close to how I have it set up. I use the same program, but I just have the buttons slightly different, ever so slightly. Duriel, not too bad. Drops these days. Yeah, TZ Duriel. I did just get a facet, so I mean, why not? I decided to save up some of these just because on single player here, just because. Extend your macro to get you 2 Duriel. Wait a second. You're one of those people, huh? If I read chat while saving and exiting, I'm a cheater. I see what it is. I get it. Oh, drops ain't too bad from Duriel, because I just got a Stone of Jordan unidentified, but it's soon to be. Boo! Yeah, well, how about we check out some of these codexes? We got 2 more minutes. When does the season end? I don't know. It's only been out for like a month so far, so probably 2 or 3 months. Yeah, for somebody who streams or anybody really who plays many hours a day, and you play a lot of single player, it's literally irresponsible not to have a macro to save and exit. Not even to yourself. It's irresponsible to every person in the world, really. Because if you are saving and exiting so fast and doing all these runs, you're going to end up with wrist and hand problems. And then you're going to end up having to go to the doctors and stuff. And then your insurance is going to have to cover it. And then, in a roundabout way, if you end up going to the doctor and your insurance covers it, that's money that then would be into somebody else's like premium, because you don't pay enough every month to cover your health insurance. This is the United States anyways. Or if you're in another country, it's somebody else's taxes. But if you don't take care of your wrists and hands and stuff, then you are going to be using money that should be going somewhere else on medical or your carpal tunnel that doesn't need to exist. So really, by me using a macro, I'm saving you money. Hey, I'm just saying. Garthmith, yo, welcome in. Stone of Nagel. Yeah, hey, every once in a while I'm wrong, you know. I don't call it every time, but when I do, it's usually right. But every once in a while I'm wrong. Right? Right? Appreciate you, Yuki. No, someone was just joking around about the macro or whatever, and I was just kind of going overboard about responding to it. Need to set up a macro today after that speech? Yeah, I thought I had a good argument going there. Hey, really, it's unpatriotic to not have a macro set up when you're playing Diablo 2. I'm just saying. And fiscally irresponsible. Hudson need another draft from me today. So no draft today. I have bowling on Wednesdays. So what do we got over here? Frozen Tundra? Wait, did I splash some Jack and Coke on my monitor? What happened here? Anyways, maybe I don't even have that waypoint. Let me Infernal Pit. Is that one of the Oh, I don't have any. We can go from here. I don't remember which way these go. I forget the names. I'm just gonna teleport around here real quick. I forget do I have to go Crystalline Passage back up, or is it this way? I forget which order they go in. Not there. Here? Yeah, okay, I thought so, but I wasn't sure. Let's track down the waypoint out here. Never did get all the waypoints for everywhere, so. I was gonna see how bad that portal is. Also, I need to look up real quick. Is that portal its own herald spawning zone? We could just test it out because we should most of the time get a Herald if we clear it. Oh yeah, so I should specify, Casey, it's important. I would never recommend using these macros online. I've heard of people doing them. They're like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. Feel like maybe I wouldn't, but... So I would never recommend using the macro online. I don't, never do. But if you want to, at your own risk of getting banned. No degen late hours drafts. No. No, I gotta get up. I have not been going to the gym enough over the last few weeks, and actually probably a couple of months. I didn't go for a little bit because it was like the new season, and I decided to make a bunch of videos and try to stream a lot more. So I didn't go to the gym much, and then I tweaked my back bowling one time. So then I didn't go to because at my elderly age I can't risk getting hurt too bad. So I didn't go to the gym for like a month there, or a couple weeks anyways. Yeah, so now it's been longer than I would like to, and I'm feeling like doo-doo brains all the time. But yeah, I got to get back to the gym. I can't be waking up at 8:30, 9 a.m. and stuff like that to get start working and stuff. So can't do it. AC said didn't get a notification from the last draft. Yeah, YouTube are a bunch of schmucky bums. So I think what happened is one of my latest drafts got picked up in the algorithm slightly. They do a thing where they just randomly will grab random videos, every 10 or 15 videos or streams you do. The algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, will just grab it and show it to a bunch more people than normal, to a bunch of randos, and it got picked up in the algorithm. It got shown to a couple thousand people. Only got 100 views or something, but yeah, that was the test on it, and then after that, they'll just turn it off and they won't show it to anybody, even people who are subscribed with notifications on and stuff. It just won't show it to no one. It'll happen like that. So I'm kind of in the doghouse area at the moment. So yeah, my channel right here actually is kind of in the doghouse too, because I did something I knew you couldn't do, but I did it anyways. You can never, under any circumstance, take a video down and then change something in it and re-upload it. You can never do it, or it'll just nuke your channel. The one where I was testing the minus res on gear, there was one part in it where I summoned my wolves, and I was trying to show how the minus res didn't work for them, but because I didn't re-summon them after putting the minus res on, even though the minus res I knew wasn't going to work for them, I was showing how it wasn't going to work, but I forgot to re-summon them after putting the minus res on. And I was like, oh, it's showing, it's not showing it exactly what I'm saying is true and right, and the minus res isn't going to work for the wolves to do the cold damage. But then, yeah, it's ridiculous. And I almost didn't take the video down. I was almost going to pin a comment, just hey, this is what it is, but I decided to take it down and I re-uploaded it. And every video before that, it's 35,000, 42,000, 29,000. And then that video is 9,000. The next video is 9,000. The next video is 6,000. It automatically nukes your channel. And you have to do 10 or 15 videos again before the algorithm will forgive you for the sin of taking a video down and re-uploading it, because it's fixed. So it's kind of ridiculous, but... G-Stacks, you were in one of the draft streams, so you don't even like foosball? Nice, appreciate you. I don't remember seeing you say anything. I don't know, maybe my memory's just that bad. Don't be offended if I was literally talking to you and I don't remember it. I don't know. I'm almost worried I need to go to a brain doctor or something, the stuff I forget nowadays. I don't even know. Appreciate you, Marty. Shout out, good luck, yeah. Nook said your favorite macro was the one that did MF runs on its own. Yeah, that's cheating right there. But to each their own. To each their own. Jason Williams, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you as well. Wait a second. I'm not stealing that from somebody. I invented it, I promise. Ooh. Yeah, we'll come back here. The Sunder work for Bind Demon. Yeah, so the so Sunder Charms work for like let's see. I don't want to say anything incorrect here. I think Sunder Charms work for almost everything. I can't think of offhand what it doesn't work for. But minus res, there's a lot of stuff that it doesn't work for. So minus res pretty much only works for traps. Like traps that you throw on the ground. And hydras. For that kind of stuff. It does work for, it works for anything that you throw yourself, I guess. Like those fire bombs from the assassin. Minus res does work for. But for stuff that you like summon on the ground or summon out there, it pretty much only works for traps and hydras. But Sunders work for like everything, kinda. I'm trying to think of, maybe someone put something in the chat here, so, but I'm not. Okay, so Sunders work and Guardian's Jewels doesn't. So minus res and plus damage, I believe, does not work for those summons, no. And Fallen Demons are considered summons. But Sunder Charms should, I believe, but yeah. What is going on, Race? Yo, yo, yo. Noel, welcome in. Oh my gosh, the streamer finally talked to me, says G-Stack. Is that how it is, huh? This guy. Where are we at here? What should I try after getting Enigma? Hammerden? I mean, every build that's not a sorceress, I guess? I don't know, hard to say. What character do you want to play, maybe? SOJ says it's silly that minus res does not work with your minions. Yeah, I feel like it should. Kind of. Not like, it shouldn't help, like if I have minus res, obviously it shouldn't help like your hydras or like your whatevers, skeleton mages. Your fire golem, but yeah, I feel like on your character it should, right? Barbarian. My favorite is the Singer, so maybe you go with that. But Singer is like a players 3 max type of build, in my opinion. So it depends also what you want to do. I'm a unique hunter at heart, so. Oh, speaking of anybody who is talking about my my fantasy football channel that I do, somebody commented on one of my live streams. They're like, "Oh my gosh, this music is unbearable. This stream is literally unwatchable," and it's the most like milquetoast generic like random beat that you could ever hear, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, this is so terrible." I'm thinking to myself like, "Boy, I imagine how people like that would feel watching this stream." Just like I don't know if you heard that like double, what is that, a kick drum just slamming. Barb teleports slow with Enigma? No way, dog. Barbarian has the same teleport frames as a sorceress. So this right here, this is the same speed that a Barb teleports at. Exactly the same speed. All you need to do, and not to mention that a Barb can dual wield, so you can get 2 whiz spikes in each hand, is 100 FCR, or suicide branches. You put 1 in each hand, and then you just need 5 more FCR to reach the same breakpoint that I'm teleporting around with right here. And you just put that on swap, you know? Like, whoop, teleport, 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 then your main hand to attack with. Yeah. Sydney said you're going to try to get the runes. I think the runes for Enigma, sounds like. Good luck. They are tough to get. So hopefully you find them. That's what you're doing wrong. Yeah, I mean, maybe overlooked it. Yeah, it's just one of those things. If you didn't know, you didn't know. But yeah, the FCR breakpoints on the Barb are surprisingly the exact same ones that the Sorceress is. So, which is kind of funny and odd that they would put a melee character having such good teleport frames. I don't know what did the Amazon ever do to the devs, you know? It's like 24 the teleport frames are like 27 on the Amazon with like 100 and whatever FCR. I'm kidding, of course, but all your summons are snapshotted with the plus skills when summoned. Yeah, for the most part, that's not really usable, with the exception now of probably the Tainted would benefit from that. The Tainted build is... all the other ones, I don't feel like it would really help you out all that much. Except for since the Tainted are so crazy strong with a bunch of plus skills. And it's even more so relevant. Even before, it wouldn't have been relevant. And I don't know if anyone... I'm sure somebody else has made videos about this, but I don't really watch other people's videos. But because you can use the shards to terrorize the full game, so you can summon up. You could literally go full inventory of skillers, torch Annie, and that's it. Take the cube and everything else out of here. All the most plus skills you can get everywhere. SOJ, you know, whatever. Put on something over here that has like 5 skills, like a what is it, I don't know, something. I can't think offhand. And then summon up all your Tainted, and then take all of that gear off and just stack like 800 Magic Find. And your Tainted will do the same amount of damage. You just summon them all up, they'll do the same amount of damage the whole game. As if you kept all that gear on. Get that loot. You wish, bro. I do wish, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, Sydney said you're trying to get the Breath of the Dying runes. Okay. How to deal with Stone Skin on an Insight. Or with a Singer. Skip them, I guess. I mostly use Singer for... I'm trying to think here. Because you want to have Insight on there. So it's not a Reaper's Toll on your Merc situation. I don't know. I forget. I'd have to go watch my own video, I guess. I can't remember off the top of my head. Because you wouldn't have a weapon to really deal any damage, so it wouldn't be like a 1 point into Berserk type of situation for that. I kind of forget. Like, you wouldn't be berserking with your Suicide Branch, you know? Ah, these witches are dumb. This might be a save and exit map, I'll be honest. Eh, maybe not. Oh, yeah? You bum. Yeah, I'm just gonna save and exit. I hate those witches things. Ever listen to... Nope, have not heard of that, Casey. 2 Buuurrs on single player, Infinity or go for Enigma. I would make Enigma personally, but that way you can play, you know, it just opens up. You can play stuff before, of course, but Bone Necro, Hammered In, Foe Pally you can teleport around with. You know, it just opens up so many other builds. The Warlocks then you can teleport around with, you know, so Infinity helps out your damage, but it doesn't like... Teleport is, for efficiency wise, is just, it's OP, needs to be nerfed. Is it worth to cube Monarchs with 3 perfect gems? Oh, like to try to get a J mod? Now, if that's worth it to you, that's strictly, I've heard of people doing it before. I did it a season or 2. You know, to get a J mod, like, I don't think I know anybody who's ever done that and actually gotten a J mod, so the good thing about Grand Charms that are like the high level Terror Zone ones is you can also, you semi-regularly just get a useful skiller. Like, sometimes you'll just get a cold skiller with like 5 to mana on it, which is like, you know, is that insanely valuable? No. Useful? Yeah, sure, you know, like, you don't always get the 45 to life, but with the Monarch, cubing with perfect gems, you can only get a J mod. There is nothing else that's really good. I mean, I guess you could get like Jewelers of the Whale or something. Maybe. Is that worth anything? I don't even know, but yeah. Possible to see what gear I have. I can shout it out for you. It's pretty, I mean, Oculus, Shaco, Spirit. I got Enigma on. Arachnid's Mesh. Probably Trang's gloves, War Travelers, a couple Skillers, Torch and Annie. So. Super generic Sorceress, pretty much, with an Enigma. Enigma should be double Zod. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's just kind of... I don't know. That'd be painful, though, because if it was 2 Zods to make Enigma, nobody on single player would ever be able to make Enigma ever. You just would never be able to. So, I mean, if you want, you might as well deactivate Enigma if you're gonna do that, to be honest. So, you might as well just delete it from the game. So, online, sure. I mean, you got bots running. They're gonna find them. People will randomly find them and trade them away. But on single player, it makes it just, you might as well deactivate it. Yeah. Strange. Wait, what? Strange cool happening in science lately? What's a strange cool mean? That's very weird. Tiamat Diaz saying no one would play the game. Cringe to the nerf Enigma. I don't know about those words, but I do agree that I think Enigma's fine. I'm a big fan of, like, Diablo didn't change for like 15 straight years, and it was still so popular that they made a remake of it. And then now it was still so popular, having Enigma in it was so popular that they actually made an expansion for a remake of a game that's 25 plus years old. So, like, you know, I think if it's so good, like, sure, not perfect, and people have their opinions, but it's been that good for so long, and there's proof that it is because of all these things I just said, that maybe we shouldn't go changing everything about the best game that's ever been made. You know what I mean? Don't let perfection be the enemy of great, right? Because you could do things that you think are going to make the game better, but then it just makes the game worse. Because if, let's say there's a bar graph this big, perfect, worst game ever. Diablo 2 is like right here, and worst is down here. Like, you have this much far to go. It's, you know, what's the odds that you land in this little bit to make it perfect? More than likely, if you make something change, there's all this downside. So it's kind of a risk-reward situation there, you know? It's the equivalent of betting like $1,000. What's going on here? You people. No. It's like betting $1,000 to win $1. You know, like, why even bother? Even if you're, like, pretty sure that it's going to work, right? See, let me try to catch up here. I've been a lot of jibber jabbering lately. Dylan says he's farming Pindle for gear last night. Dropped Titans, keystrokes. Gotcha. That's your sign for a Javazon. Congrats on that. Yeah, both good options, of course. Depending how lazy I am, I'll do Titans personally, but keystrokes technically a little more damage. Dig Dug, best game ever, and followed closely by Minesweeper, says G. You ever play that skiing game that used to come with Windows back in the day, where you'd just be able to turn like this, and then if you didn't go fast enough, the Bigfoot would run down and grab you and eat you? Remember that one? Or that space pinball game that used to come on everything? Noble says, wouldn't a single player be the easiest with static maps? I don't know if you've ever tried to run lower curve. So you're talking about the double Zod, Noble, I think? If someone, and maybe you misheard or something, but someone was saying that they should change it to 2 Zods and 2 Jaws or something like that to make Enigma. Even right now, it takes like 30 to 60 hours to make Enigma on single player running P8. So imagine trying to get multiple Zods running lower Kuras. That is not logical. But I don't know, I might have misunderstood, yeah, you know, so. Ski free. There you go. And space pinball be lit. It do be like that for sure. It do be like that. Oh, the Yeti would always eat you at the end of the run. Okay. I thought it was like if you didn't go fast enough or you didn't get enough points by a certain amount of time or something, it would eat you. It's been a hot minute, so I didn't look into the rules and stuff, so. How do you even know? Why should I trust you? All right, come on, guy. You're my last hope for a Herald. Come on. Oh. I got to get all these Sundays. Keep Diablo original. You earned a sub. Appreciate your spurs, boy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, George said he remembers the old skiing game that came on the computers back in the day, like Windows 95 or something, Windows 97. I don't even remember. Actually, if I remember it, no, it was probably like Windows Millennium Edition or something. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. Definitely no Marath's World, though, that's for sure. Is JMod best in slot for any builds? It might be technically if you go with a completely crazy, like, four-faceted, like, for a Javazon or something, maybe technically. But Javazon already does so much damage, like, I don't know. Personally, I probably wouldn't ever use it, but I would never even think of trying to make it, though, for something like that, player versus monster, to be honest, because even more damage on a Javazon is, like, completely unnecessary. It already does so much damage, you know? If you have, like, usually I rock Javazon, honestly, with a Phoenix just to keep my mana up, like mad, but so probably not, but 2-second cooldown on Enigma. Well, how are you supposed to teleport around as fast as you can? Well, I'm joking. That's obviously what you're saying. You shouldn't be allowed to, but yeah, George, I do believe that's accurate. PvP, not my strong suit on knowledge, as if anything really is, but yeah, it's really not PVM for any time that I can think of. Like, I've obviously never done it, but they're so expensive too that I don't know that even if it was, like, why would you ever, you know, why would you even try to get more damage, like I said, on a Javazon when you already one-shot P8 cows with Lightning Fury as it is, you know, like, or you can like 1 or 2 shot like P8 Bale if you have perfect gear without even having that extra minus res and stuff. So like, yeah. Runeward jabs. You want to be one of those like runeward javelins and like unique throw like runewords and throwing weapons and stuff. I don't know. Race got perfect day off. Lots of stuff done. Congrats on the day off. Legendary. Yeah, so these smaller areas like this, you can quite often come through them without getting heralds sometime. So Thomas says the J mod with the facets is best in slot with 640 jabs. Yeah, I don't know. For player first monster, though, that just seems super, super unnecessary. And I wouldn't even, in my opinion, I don't know why it would even be best in slot. You know, like, why would, like, if I already did, like, 90,000 damage in, like, one shot, and a cow has, like, 40,000 life, why would I want to do 100,000 damage when I'm already doing double their life? You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I was mentioning before. Like, you already do so much damage. Like, I would want to just be able to have something with more movement speed or a little bit more magic find, or like, you know, how that's pretty much why like Phoenix gets used on Javazon, and all it does is have redemption on it, you know. But that's also so because if you have redemption, you don't need an insight, so then you can rock infinity. But yeah, anyways, that's just my take though. These bums. You schmucky hell witch lady. Ah! Stupid witches. You've never actually farmed Infernal Pits before? It's a goated place. No, usually I don't either. I did a video. Well, whoa! This is why. This is why. When you get hell witches and you have those fire snakes. Oh my gosh, you got these. Let me find. Can I get anywhere to get safe here a little bit? Get a good angle? Man. I did like 150 runs. I was going to do like 500 or 250 or something. I did like 150 runs. And my best drop was like Mage Fists or something. After like hours, you know. Because you're like almost dying all the time. So you have to like really pay attention. And at that point, I was just like, all right, well, I'm not doing these runs anymore. Back when they first switched this to an 85 area that it is now. I think it's better for Nova. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's never any lightning immunes in here. If I'm not mistaken. But still, it's like, everything is like so schmucky in here, you know? So schmucky. But I just thought about doing it because this is like a small area that you can clear fast, and you can kind of get to getting a tier 1 herald relatively fast. Because for the larger areas, you have like a better chance in the large area of getting a herald in that area. But it takes you longer to get up to that 40% of the zone cleared in order to get the herald to spawn, have a chance of it. So yeah. Come on. Don't go 3 games with no herald. Come on. What if you take him out over the lava? Will it spawn the herald over the lava? Not that there's any herald once again, that is. Yeah, this place stinks. 40% cleared. Well, it's actually like 42 or 37 or something like that, but it's something like that. But yeah, what do you think about Ancient Tunnels versus Infernal Pits versus Abaddon? Never do Abaddon place. The Abaddon or whatever it is essentially the same as this, except maybe it does have one monster type that spawns in there that's lightning immune. Hard for me to remember, to be honest.
At your service.
Yeah, Infernal Pits, Abaddon, they're garbage. I would much rather do Ancient Tunnels. Which is what I was just about to do, actually, because I was literally about to go, man, I hate this. Even though it's terrorized, I'm done doing this because I hate it. That's about what I was just going to say before I read your comment, actually. See, Ancient Tunnels is way over here, I think, isn't it? Isn't it? Oop. Dirt McGurk said he literally just had a Hell Witch Herald spawn over the lava. So guess that's how it works. What? Oh. Grand Charm I picked up 1 eternity ago. Working again. When do I get to retire? Technically you can retire anytime you want to. Technically. Comfortably? Well, hey, you didn't mention anything about that. Just woke up. Gold Magic Mighty, yo! Appreciate you for hitting that like button. Like number 50, huh? We can bump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, chat. YouTube chat, them are rookie numbers. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Oh, cold enchant. I was like, what's taking so long? You know what I was looking at? I need more. That didn't help it. 450, huh? I need more 3-socketed armors. Just a couple, just in case I want to make some cheapo rune word, you know. Bigless is still a huge Arachnid layer fan. Boy, I've done runs to that place before. Just don't like it. Just poison. I guess as I'm poisoned right now, but still. All them spiders. I feel like the spiders hit you with a massive poison too. A mass poison. All cleared out. First solo cell phone free ranged Buuurrr. Nice. Spring healed. Jack. Oh, super poison. Okay, yeah, that's what it's called. I forgot. Cow level, huh? I mean, not a big cow fan. We'll do it, I guess. We'll do it after I drink some of this. Oh, I forgot to grab a Coke. I meant to grab a pap. I got a good feeling. I knew it. That's what I was hoping for. Always rocking Cure, so you ain't never scared. I started rocking it more often, but I haven't been here trying to keep my Merc alive. More better, but I guess maybe if he wasn't poisoned, he would stay alive better too, huh? Alright, terrorized cows. We'll do a couple at least, huh? Gut window? I don't know if I've ever seen that exact name before. Probably have, but yeah, keeping your Merc alive in cows is a struggle. They hit so hard. I wonder if I just don't worry about resistance, just stick on shaft stop and like vamp gaze. All the DR you can get. Actually, how about the vamp gaze and that ethereal wormhide? Good old something spirit ward. Oh, I feel like I've dropped one of those before. First time I identified one, I guess. How about that? How about that? Dun dun dun. Alrune Copes, yo, welcome in. Janet already has 2 Enigmas with Pluggy. Another John, sir, my question is, yet another Enigma or maybe some other stuff? Oh, well, definitely some other stuff, yeah. Save up. I would make, if you can eventually here, save them up. Phoenix Shield is so sick. For obviously fire builds, Fire Druid, Fire Baller. Maybe even the Fire Warlock nowadays. Also for the Javas on anything, and if you ever just want redemption on some build, you know. Yeah, I mean the Sir rune, to be honest, what is there like? There's like 2 rune words that use Sir, and they're both like not good, if I'm not mistaken. They're pretty much just half a Buuurrr, but yeah. Doesn't Bulwark got that physical damage reduction too? It does have some, yeah. I think it rolls I feel like it's a weird number, 8 to 15 or something, or is it 10 to 15? I don't know, but you are correct. Yeah, it has life leech and damage reduction. Yeah. Also, something to help your merc stay alive. Has like an AoE freeze on it. On what is this? Oh yeah, glacial spike. Players, this is just players 3. Players 3 is like my go-to unless I can clear players 8 like nothing. Which, since I don't have Infinity yet on any of these characters, it's pretty much I don't do P8 until I get Infinity, I guess would be kind of a good way to describe it as well. Brad, yo, slapping the like button. Ooh. Appreciate you. Yeah, this glacial spike though does way less damage than the other one. Does like a quarter of the damage. Also, perfect. All right, took him out so fast, didn't matter. Good, good, good. Dark Dragon Salea says, because he sees me do it, however, you're always on players 3 too, huh? Yeah, hopefully it works out for you. Relatively good drop / no drop chance on an item, and, you know, not giving him 450% more life. Only 150. Yeah. I didn't even realize, did I well, actually is fine. As long as I didn't well actually, that's when it becomes a problem. I didn't even realize. See, I might have said well actually, but I didn't well actually though. If you get what I mean. Right? Right? How do I go about dropping the world shard? So all you have to do is you'll be playing you know, wait, the shards just started dropping in the expansion, right? Yeah. So play the expansion, and then you just have to beat hell difficulty. They will not drop until you have access to Terra Zones on that character, and then they will drop while you're playing in the game with that character. If you make the game, I think that I don't know how it works online though. If the person who made the game can have Terra Zones, then they might be able to drop. But if you're playing single player or probably solo online yourself, if you can't make Terra Zones, then they aren't going to drop for you yet. Does anyone know that one? I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but if you join a public game online and you haven't beaten hell difficulty, but the person who made the game has beaten hell difficulty, shards will drop for you probably, right? Or will they not drop? And I assume, here's what I think, that they'll drop, but you can't use them, is what I'm thinking. But I don't actually know that. Oh, lightning immune, so I can't even static the bro? Come on! What a bum. It's interesting how they made that little AI switch to the monsters to where if they can't see you, once you're fighting him, if they can't see you, oh, he's cold enchanted too. Isn't it nice how they do that on this game all the time? If they can't get to you, like if you try to cheese them somehow, or if you just get a little bit too far away from them to where they can't see you anymore, they'll run away. You ever notice that? Like if you try to get on the other side of like jail bars or something, and this is gross. Okay, I'm skipping that guy. They always do that to me. As long as the zone are terrorized, they drop. But you need to beat hell difficulty to use them. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. Wasn't sure though. I thought wasn't sure. What are heralds for now? Just better drop table. So No, heralds are pretty much right at the moment. I don't want to say literally, but in my opinion, estimation, they're essentially just good for finding Sunder Chimes because, yeah, they have a good chance of dropping Sunder Chimes. Even on P1, 1 out of 100 heralds will drop a Sunder Chime. And as you get on higher player or higher tier heralds, like after you kill 3, 4, 5 in a game, and then everyone after that is level 5, it's a 1 out of 50 heralds will drop a Sunder Chime. That's a pretty good teleport. So that's pretty much just what they're for now. Their unique drop rates are really low. So they're not really good for super rare uniques and stuff. So baked chicken, I personally, and I mean, I'm a streamer, I play a reasonable amount. I have never gotten a Sunder Charm off of anything except for a Herald so far. Never. And I've ran between TZ, Meph, and Andy on ladder and on single player, dozens and dozens, probably a few dozen hours of just TZ, Meph, and Andy. So, and probably, let's see, and probably a couple dozen more hours of just regular Meph and Andy. So, along with, you know, Stony Tombs farming and, you know, all those times too. So, yeah. Pro and screen barbs will never not be a meme. I mean, throw barbs can kind of output quite a bit of damage. I hate having to aim all the time, but that's just me. And I mean, the singer is like S tier unique hunter, so. Hit singer. Oh, yeah. Found a lidless wall as I clicked on the stream. Well, good for the offhand of like any character you want 1 to plus skills on your cult arms or whatever, right? So there you go. Thunder from Andy yesterday. Thought it was a Geeds, but no. Gotcha. Yeah, people said they've been finding them all the time, not from heralds and stuff. I have not. So I don't know. Do I just have the weirdest RNG? Are people just lying? Are people like exaggerating? Did they find 1 or 2 because they just have done 4,000 Andariel runs and they found 2 Sunders? I mean, I don't know, but you know. I've looked up the numbers and the amount of runs and stuff that I've done do not match the statistical odds that the drop odds calculators say. Not even close. So I could just have the craziest bad RNG or something, you know? I guess. Hey, well, actually, I'm going to go do an Andy run just because. This is the one where he drops, she dropped, well, like half goat lady, but whatever. Drops me a Sunder Charm. Oh. This is it. Sunder Charm initiated. Never mind. Sorry, I had to sneeze so crazily and there's no stopping it, so. All right.
At Varthimus donated $19.99.
Oh, 20 bucks, my God.
Chat. People are stupid, Phil. Mystery solved.
Thank you so much for $20. You legend. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. That's not nice to say about people, but I guess maybe you're right. But yeah, I don't know. Like, even from what the drop odds calculators say, my anecdotal like experience has been nothing close to it. So right here, Let Express said Andy's spitting out Sunder Charms. He finds so many. Yeah, I have 450. So I guess 500 is the cutoff or something. I don't know. All my characters have had over like 400 magic find while I'm running it. So I don't know. Yeah, you're just insane luck, and I'm just getting the worst luck ever. I'm getting the llama 6,000 run luck, I guess, for an SOJ. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I'm just being honest. Thick Nick, what is going on? So there's someone else's anecdote. They say they get another Sunder Charm every few runs running Andy. I don't, you know. Who you calling people, Marty? Who you calling people? ID on the blue Amis. I'm on and off on those, to be perfectly honest. We'll do one more. Well, we'll do a couple more. Let me see what the next Terror Zone is, actually. I'm not a big fan of it. Cows, I'm just like so off lately. River of Flames. Flare Jungle might be okay. Wait. What is Flare Jungle? Are those guys immune to cold out there? I feel like it's lightning. And then... I don't remember exactly. The only problem is, too, is Andy doesn't have anything that Andy, like, can't drop anything that I want. Except for if I want to get, hopefully, a Sunder Charm. Yeah, some of them are lightning immune. I feel like there's like the blow dart ones, the dagger ones, and then the like mage ones that you have to kill once and then take out again. I feel like ones, the mage ones are immune to fire, and then the little stabby ones are immune to cold, and then the blow dart ones are immune to lightning. I think. Certainly one of my patent pending, don't quote me bro, situations though. But I feel like that's accurate. Sunday. Nope, never is. I think my game's glitched or something, maybe. You guys think my game's glitched? It could be. Minari. Yeah, it's crazy, yeah. I've gotten 3 so far, all only off of Heralds. Only Heralds. Yeah, we'll hit Andy again, because Andy's drop odds are actually, we looked it up the other day, they're pretty significantly better than Meth. There we go. Couldn't remember. Yeah, the thing is just like the sheer volume of like Andy and Meth runs I've done. You know? And haven't gotten one win. But I mean, kind of like the Llama 6000 runs for an SOJ situation. I guess it can happen, huh? Regardless of what the odds say. Cold Mastery, Thunderstorm, Chilling Armor. Whoop. Yeah, I've done a lot of runs. Goated map here, by the way. I wanted to run Meth, even like I wish Meth's odds were closer to Andy's, because then I would definitely do Mephisto. They're probably about even after you account in for the run speed I could get on Mephisto, to be honest. I don't know if anybody else knows my Mephisto map. It's one of legend, so it's actually, most people know about it, to be honest. Look at this Mephisto map for anybody who doesn't know about it yet. Look at this map. I'm almost positive it's the best possible Mephisto map you can get. Mesh boots. A shooter's best in slot for any build. Depends on the person, to be honest. I don't use it anywhere, but there's other people that just swear by only using it, you know. They always use it shooters, you know, so it's just personal preference. Some people want to get the more damage or whatever, you know. I would almost always go with Isted Oculus personally, but Pro Hacks, goated map. No, that's why my Andy map's so bad. I'm like, I'm not re-rolling this. Look how sick this thing is. But I'm almost at the point where I don't know. Maybe I'll do what I did on my other character where I'll have another sorceress. I'll have one that's a strictly TZ Andy sorceress. Maybe. Two teleports, Optimus. Man, that's a terrible map. You gotta have the one teleport map like I got. I'm half joking, because I have to... You can't stand... With my map, you can't stand directly in the middle where you come into the waypoint. You have to take one step off the waypoint to be able to then you can teleport once. But like it really matters, you know. I'm just kidding. Livelida saying had an issue on single player where heralds weren't spawning unless I respawned the map. That is... I've never heard anything like that before. I would uninstall your game and reinstall it, personally. But I don't know, you know, that's just like turn it off, turn it back on again type of advice. Can't say that it'll help for sure, but... Envy bought a second account to rush yourself. I wouldn't recommend that, but I don't know. Whatever, I guess. I don't know. Is that really any different than having somebody else rush you? I don't know. It does seem different though, but is it really different? I don't know. I'm just gonna go to my refrigerator, grab a soda pop. 30 seconds, I'll be right back. Boom. Yum. Zero sugar Summit Cola. Richards J. Park. Let's get it. Ooh. Why don't we do Mephisto? Pretty sure Mephisto can drop High Lords, right? I still need a High Lord's Wrath. So maybe that's my excuse for running Mephisto. Spiderweb Sachet. 25 strength. No beers today? I mean, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We got bowling tonight, so there might be a beer or two. That might be in my future. No promises, though. Actually, Andy, I think, could drop High Lords, right? Who's a genius out there? Can Andariel drop High Lords? I thought she could, but I also don't know. Fishholic says, I need to hit the like button to fix the problem. Oh yeah, that'll work for sure. That'll help spawn the heralds. 100% chance that there's a chance that there might be a chance that that works. That's exactly why I came to run Andariel. Let's go! I love when things like that happen. Just unexpected. And why do I find so many freaking Sur runes? It's crazy. I literally find more Sur runes than Ohms, more than Vexes, more than Low is the one below Sur, right? Like, I always find Sur runes. Crazy. And hey, chat, some of the people that are in here a lot, you know it. I say it all the time. Why do I find so many Sur runes? It's always a Sur. Crazy. We'll take a random Sur. For sure. Whoop. I need a low rune, bro. I need to make a grief. Because I am a Sur. Snowbro, what's going on? Don't like the ad, huh? I'll talk to YouTube about it, and we'll see if we can get it figured out. Time to make last wish. Well, I only have one sir at the moment, so I need a low for grief. Is what I need. Hope you're doing good, Snowpro. Long time no see. Oh, well, that was an easy run. Locker says, send one my way. Hype. I'll see what I can do. I'll trade you a sir for a low. Offline single player, let me know. Sir rune, that's so nice. I feel like maybe I got a sir rune like that one other time. I think that's the highest rune I've gotten from when all the monsters around Andaro drop like that. I think one other time I can remember getting a sir rune, I believe. Ooh, Ogriax, let's go! It goes to 320, I believe, on the enhanced damage, so we won't worry about that. Rang. How good's the Rang? Firebolt charges. Sir out of the chest behind Mephisto. Sender. I do have one story exactly like that. I'm not trying to one-up you either. I'm just going to tell the story of what I was going to say. I actually got a Buuurrr rune out of that chest behind Mephisto one time. But there is a downside to that story because it was literally the day before ladder reset. Back in like 2018 or something. So it was pointless. Like literally that day, I could like trade that Buuurrr rune, and don't get mad at me, I was using JSP at the time. I could trade that Buuurrr rune for like 20 forum gold, and then after ladder reset, like a Lem rune is like 100 forum gold. I kid you not. So yeah, I mean it's like exciting, you know, of course, but when it's worth 1/5 of a Lem rune the next day, you know, like how them statues looking? So we do have 9 Duriels, huh? No Bales and Diablos much at all. We'll do those later. I'll have to do Bale runs at some point. AC says he is the pro of the snow. That is factual. This is true. Well, let's go do... Honestly, I like Stony Tombs better than Ancient Tunnels. Lost in Ohm in solo self-found, so that was nice. Well, I feel like that's sarcasm, right? I'm not an expert in communication or social cues here, but I feel like that's sarcasm. Oh, there it is. Unfortunate to hear that. Agree. Yeah, unfortunately, rough roll on the Ogre. Unfortunate. But they're like one... Oh, the power went out? Wow, that's unfortunate. You're like sitting there looking at it like, oh my gosh, an Ohm rune, ah! Boom, boom. That's rough. Rough. Rolled another CT yesterday. Got hosed again, says Varthimus. Sorry to hear that. That's what I'm worried about. I'm eventually going to make another one, of course, on single player. The runes aren't that uncommon that I wouldn't be able to, but yeah, I'm just not looking forward to getting a bad roll on it, right? Since I got like a 2-1 here, or 1-2 or something like that. Nightbot, yo, says if you're liking the stream, hit that like button. Appreciate you. This guy, Nightbot, he never misses a stream. It's crazy. It's almost like he's not human. How could you be in every stream? Is that even possible? But he's here every time. It's crazy. Have I ever found a good ogre? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not the perfect one though. I found a cruel ogre that's like 297 or something on the enhanced damage, but never quite got one with, you know, like it wasn't like 297 enhanced damage with 40 increased attack speed, which would be the goated one. But that's the thing about the super rare, like rare items and magic items, like they're super rare to find, you know. Super rare to find. I'm not human because I'm here every stream. I guess logically what I said technically would apply the way that you're using that. I don't know why I find that so funny. Oh, crack my neck real quick. He's a stalker. Could be. I'm tired already. I actually finally slept pretty good last night. I literally fell asleep, slept like 5.5 hours straight, didn't wake up at all. I literally woke up this morning and was like, I was like all confused. I'm like, why is there light everywhere? There's like lights on everywhere. And then I realized it was the sunlight coming in the windows. Because I haven't slept all the way through a night like that in, it feels like months now. But I literally fell asleep and slept like 5.5 hours straight, which is crazy. Like feels so good to actually sleep a little bit, you know, like. Unfortunately, though, I don't know if hopefully I'm not sniffling too bad. I stopped taking my allergy medication because I started reading that it can cause insomnia. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, why can't I sleep? Why can't I sleep? And I'm looking into everything. My blood pressure medication. I had started taking this allergy medication because my nose is always stuffy. And I was like, well, if my nose ain't stuffy, I can sleep better, right? Nope. Yeah. Daniel says he gets reminded every day how much of a hoarder he is when he plays D2. Yeah, unfortunate, huh? Well, at least now you know the problem and you can work on it, right? I am very much not a hoarder. I'm the opposite. My wife gets mad at me because every time I look at something, she's like, you're just thinking in your head how you want to throw this all away, don't you? And I'm like, yes, you're exactly true. Devil Dim Light, yo! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, you Slayers. Appreciate you. We're just out farming with a Blizzard Sorceress. Just any place I feel like at the moment. Look, hoping for godly stuff. Let's go. OG Kev, what's going on? Pooch. Yo. Welcome in. Ethereal Boots. Please don't roll really good. Yeah. Good afternoon. You as well, Devil. Hopefully you had a good stream. Assume you did. Coke will also make it so you can't sleep. Like cola, or you mean like non-soda? This guy, Fishaholic. This guy. Question Benita. Best for Sork, Hoto or Oculus? I'm an Oculus fan personally. I know everybody gets real up in arms over the random teleport. The thing is, for me, I always wonder, why are you getting hit so much that you're teleporting all over the place? I always wonder that when people complain about Oculus. So for me, it's Isted Oculus essentially every time. I don't know that I really ever, it's Isted Oculus or it's like Self Infinity or Crescent Moon or something. Just in my opinion. I guess if you're a Nova Sorceress, I get why you're getting hit, you're telly stomping. But every other Sorceress, you should probably try to avoid getting hit, is what I would recommend. If the teleport really gives you problems. Isted Shaco. Oh, Isted Shaco's for the Giga Chads. Oh, I didn't put one in here. Well, I guess I'm not a Giga Chad. Didn't I put an Ist in my Viper Magi? I think just to be a Chad. I think I did. Vank PK, welcome in there. Doing good, doing good. Your Devil Dim Light was rocking these Fire Sorceress. Okay. Ooh, 1515 Eth Colossus Blade. Nice, nice, nice. Some of us are just bad gamers. Hey, checks out. Checks out. I mean, not that I'm all super great. I'm just messing around. Okay, what did I just do? Button, maybe. You hate Oculus with Nova? Yeah, I would say Nova Sork is, I would not use Oculus with. Crescent Moon, or it's like Spirit Sword and then Crescent Moon and then Infinity. And I would not use Oculus, but that's about it. I do need to get an Isted Shaco so that Brad will leave me alone. Snow Process, get a prescription for, I don't know what that is. Antihistamine on steroids. Causes drowsiness. Huh. I'm not really itchy. It's just like my nose is like 70% stuffy all the time. No itchiness really at all. It's just the nose stuffiness all the time. I don't know, maybe I do need to ask the doctor about it a little bit more, because he just says to take, like, you know, one of the over-the-counter stuff and use, you know, I still use this one, which is, it's like Flonase essentially, but I stopped taking, I was taking one called Zysol that my wife takes, and it worked. It does make my nose much better, but oh, Jalal's main, solid one for the Druid. Not the rarest I know, but it is like a sick one for the Druid, so. Sick one for the Druid. Oh yeah, but apparently it has this, it's like a 1% of people who take it can't sleep. And I will be honest, I only didn't take this and I only slept one night and I slept really good. So we got to see, well, actually there was another day I didn't take it, but I mean, the first day when I stopped taking it, I assumed it was like, so I got to see, I got to take it, don't take it for a week or two and we'll see what happens. On the if I can sleep, but yeah. No, Pro, are you just making up words now? Lutesiso one? What is it? That's made up word, right? Drug names. Oh, little level, okay. 91. What are we doing here? Wait, I didn't put any points into that. Not that it matters, but. So, yep. So Frozen Orb is actually a synergy for Ice Blast. I know it's behind chat here, but so that'll get our single target damage up even higher. All words are made up. What? Once again, you double logicized me. Double logicized me. Retro Hang Glider says he just got Xyzal really works. Yeah, it did work, but we'll see what happens here. If I all of a sudden start sleeping fine, I guess I'm just gonna have a stuffy nose for the rest of my life. Because I'd much rather sleep, and like I can go to the gym with a stuffy nose. I can work with a stuffy nose. I can cut the grass with a stuffy nose. But I can't do any of those things if I'm like, my head, So, yeah. ACAD, a CAD. I take whatever that is after the morning. I won't sleep at all. Yeah, I would take Xyzal with my coffee in the morning. But from what I was reading, the way it works or something, you're actually supposed to take Xyzal just before you go to bed. And then you like fall asleep, like it keeps you from falling asleep. So you're supposed to take it like right before you go to bed, and then it takes like a couple of hours to like fully get in your system, and then you're already sleeping. I'm gonna try just not taking it for a while first off here, so. Snowpro, I don't know about that one. So I don't take advice from chat. Come on. Search for weeks for a 4-socketed flail. Weeks for a 4-socketed flail? I mean, weeks, you say, huh? Sounds a bit extreme. I would say weeks, huh? Yeah, you just got to take out more monsters. So a lot of people recommend cows, so I guess I would go with that too. To find any socketed item, essentially, but... So yeah, I guess I'd go with that. Weeks of not playing. Yeah, maybe. Sleep's overrated? No, it's not. Sleep is probably underrated, to be honest. Yeah. Sleep is underrated. Like the whole, you can sleep when you die. Well, it's like, yeah, and you're gonna die a lot sooner if you don't sleep. Because it leads to, if you don't sleep, it's so hard to get to the gym and stuff if you're like not sleeping at night. And then like during the day, you're so tired, you just like lay your head back for a second and you pass out. But then at night, you can't fall asleep at all. So you don't work out, you don't get any exercise. It's hard to get work done around the house because your head hurts so bad, you're so tired. You have to, you know, it's stress on your heart, on your body from not sleeping. Like, you're probably joking, of course, like you're just joking around. But if anyone means that or thinks that for real, it's one of the dumbest things that anybody could ever actually like believe and say, to be honest. And it's not like an opinion, that's like a fact. It is dumb. BBL says your toddler makes that choice for you. Yeah, that's what they say. People with kids, they live on average like 7 years shorter than people who never have kids in their lives. But you make a trade-off, I guess, right? I mean, I got kids and stuff too, so yeah. Daniel talking about allergy needles determines if you have allergies or something. Yeah, I know. I've never really been like, oh, I'm allergic, blah, blah, this and that. But just the last, like, little bit, it's been rough. I don't know.
Tanimal87 donated $10.
Tanimal, yo!
Hit that like button.
Thank you so much. You, Chad. Oh, freaking Slayer. Thank you for the $10. Appreciate you. Very kind of you. My wife's done all that allergic stuff, but I don't know. I don't even know what I believe about that allergy stuff. I've never heard of anyone who went to get allergy tested like that, and they didn't come back and go, I'm allergic to everything. Like, literally. Oh, I'm allergic to potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, eggs, grass, leaves, pollen. It's always like that. Popcorn, anything with corn in it, anything with wheat in it, anything with sugar in it. And I'm like, what? Anything with high fructose corn syrup, I'm allergic. I can't eat it anymore. Every single person that's ever got allergy tested, that's what they've said. It's been like that when they got tested, bar none. No one ever went and they were like, I'm actually only allergic to fish. That's it. It's just fish. It's crazy. Every 10 people. Yeah, well, how many people? I mean, I don't know. Do you know 50,000 people? I mean, I don't know. Tell you. I didn't look up the statistics on how many people go and what their average number of allergies that they're allergic to when they come back. Yes, I was talking about everybody I've ever known. That's how I started the sentence. So, I mean, that is what I said. So, you're allergic to moisture? How can you be allergic to water in the air? Doombringer, knock it off the list. That's interesting. The better argument for that, Marty, is that who would ever go through all that trouble to get tested for that stuff unless they were having major problems already? What I say to that is, some people got to be wrong, right? Hypochondriac people. Nope, you're fine. Boots. Fishaholic, there's no way that's true. Allergic to stupid people, there's no way. You would have had, if that's true, you would have just like lethal amounts of that already in your system after all these years. So that's not possible. Solistic, yo! Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is that rabies? Is that rabies? Is that rabies? Oh, like what being allergic to moisture, I mean, or something? Not really even sure. Retro says thinks 4 hours of sleep and energy drinks a day is all day is sustainable. Some people. I mean, and everyone is a little different too, but I mean, getting sleep is just good for you. It really is. Really is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what allergic to moisture means, so. Oop. Pick it up. There we go. Moisture equals mold. It's just weird. It's a weird way to word it, I guess, but I'm not a medical professional. I would think they would say mold rather than say moisture. Because like a sauna is moisture. You take a shower and it's like hot water, steamy. You're allergic, like moisture would be like fog. I don't know if you'd be allergic to fog. Just in my expert Sweet Phil Diablo 2 opinion, they should word it differently. Daniel said 3 quests left to finish her up. Best of luck on the smooth finish to your playthrough, I believe, right? $222. What is Flare Jungle coming next? We'll give the Flare Jungle a whirl. If I'm mistaken, we'll run it. I think there's a lot of cold immunes, but the thing is too is they have the flares have very low life amounts, so it will be fine. Let's see, you're allergic to water? Yeah, that wouldn't be good. What's the worst allergy you can have? Boy, I don't know. I've heard some crazy ones. I dated a girl who was allergic to grass. Like, very allergic. So. Nose all itchy. Maybe I'm itchy. I take back what I said earlier. Sun allergy? Yeah, I mean there are a few crazy. I don't want to say crazy, I guess, but just off the wall. I've heard of people. I don't know if it's considered an allergy or not. Maybe it is, but that they can't ever like be in the sun. Not that I've known in real life. I mean, I've seen them on like a medical mysteries show or something, you know. Yeah, and they're like just from the slightest sun, like being diffused, like reflecting off of like stuff outside and coming in a window, like sunburns them like crazy. That'd be rough. Yeah. Yeah, we might be an allergic to grass. We wouldn't even know. Never touched it before. Can I go over the gear? I get asked to show the gear like every 15 minutes while I'm streaming, so I don't really do that anymore. I mean, I'll just shout it out for you because it's super generic. Sorceress, Oculus, Shaco, Spirit, Arachnid's Mesh, Trang's Gloves, War Travelers. But yeah, I get asked about every 15 minutes to go over my gear, so just generic Sorceress. Anton, what's going on? Welcome in. Antonis Snecko? Welcome in. Fishaholic. No, it's not that. It's actually like a very uncommon, wet, like obscure condition. One in a billion conditions. Because these people, they were like, you know, their skin was like that so much that they almost looked like they were like they had been like super heavily burned, like in a fire or something. But it's just from like their skin being so damaged from being so like reacting so heavily to being touched by sunlight. Skynet. Big Dog, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Feel like Diablo 2's been teasing you with all your good drops? Well. Yeah, you can never get the one thing you're looking for. You never find the one thing you're looking for, that's for sure. That's just science. Do you trade for something that drops 2 runs later? Yeah. Yep, that's how it works too. Once you find what you get what you want, it drops instantly. Yep. Yeah, the number of times that's happened is uncountable. Unfathomable. Like one time I made Infinity cubing up the runes from LK, and then I instantly found a Buuurrr rune right after, and I was like, wow. So you're telling me I could have saved that low and that ohm and 2 vexes instead of cubing all that together to make. Great. Oh, a little serpent skin off of the creeping feature. All right. So I do already have a perfect one of these, but can we get a double perfect? No, but 33 is not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I do, like I said, I just found a perfect, what is it, 3515 Viper Magi not that long ago, so I don't think I'm going to keep another one, but... Fishaholic was close. You were close. Waves of good drops, then nothing. Yeah, that is also true. The fickle RNG gods. Very fickle. 3 more minutes, huh? We'll try out this TZ. 5 hit recovery, 26 attack rating, huh? I mean, that's interesting. Usually it's 20, but I forget how the rolls work, how it can get 26. I'm not an expert on that exactly. You know, like you think 3, 20, 20, 20 is the max you can get on it, but whichever one of the rolls you can get 26 attack rating, so. Or probably more, I'm not even sure, but cool. Cool. Interesting. What do you guys think of that one? Attack rating, hit recovery? Nah. Is that something I would ever use? I'm going to say not. Yeah, it must be the 320 roll. Like, I always get the names mixed up. I guess the 320 must be an affix roll, and then the attack rating roll that can go over 20 must be a suffix or something. Whichever way that goes. I'm never going to use that, so I'm just going to toss it, but... I need to blow my nose real quick, sorry. Oh, arms. Yo. Ravioli, welcome in. Yo. Alright. Let's go hit a couple of these Andy runs. Can I ever find a singular Sunder Charm off of a monster that is not a Herald? One of these decades. No one in Discord today? Everyone's in here. Everyone's in here. Treachery that procs poison. Maybe? I can't remember. That sounds right, but I can't remember for sure. I would just have to use the Google machine myself, so. Let Express, appreciate you. Hopefully I get some of that good RNG. I just want one Sunder off of a different monster than a Herald, just to prove it to myself that it is real. Kind of like Bigfoot, you know? Like, obviously it's real, but like, I've just never seen him before. And I need to prove it to myself it's real. I don't even know where I come up with this stupid stuff I say sometimes. I don't even know. Math's still the best place for Oculus. I mean, it's good, of course, because you can get all kinds of other stuff for Actus Mesh along with that and stuff. I feel like you can get Oculus. Oculus is probably the best odds from Andariel, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But Andy cannot drop many things that Mephisto can, though, so... Nope. Cap. Infernal something? This might be one of those low-level ones I never found yet. Sanders Paragon. Not Infernal. It's like blue color, too, huh? Sick. Oh, did it switch to Flayer's Jungle? Or did I get confused on what? Oh, yeah, I did switch. Okay. Shaco, but it's blue. I know, right? We run LK for weeks and no high runes. So yeah, the time frame isn't as useful for determining what's going on there. The most useful thing would be how many runs, because like if you did like 500 or 600 runs, like over a couple weeks, that's like normal to not find a high rune. But over a few weeks, if you played quite a bit, that could be like 4,000 runs. And if you didn't find a high rune in 4,000 runs, you're either on the wrong difficulty setting, like you're running Nightmare or something, or you have it set to players 1 difficulty, or I don't know, like, yeah, see, these guys are these ones are immune to cold up here. The only, or like your game is glitched or something, which is which wouldn't really happen usually. Here's where the teleport can kind of get you in trouble, because obviously these guys are going to hit you. Ooh, okay. DP Kanev, yo! I think it was 18 months of Slayership. Appreciate you.
Sorry I haven't been here often, Phil. Life, you know.
Life, you know. Yeah, I get it. I get it. No need to apologize. Thank you so much, though, either way, for the 18 months of Slayership. And, you know, I'm glad that you come in when you can. You come in when you can. Appreciate you. Roll Colossus Sword of Quickness. Oh, it's got increased attack speed and enhanced damage, but not enough of either. Rune. Kizzle saying you're probably right. Dads with full-time jobs only get a couple hours a night or something. Yeah, this is very true. That is extraordinarily true. Yep. I get you. Yeah, that's what it when it comes to LK, all comes down to the number of runs, less so than the amount of time. Yeah, not really enjoying this as much with like Nova or Poison or Lightning Fury, or, you know, probably really, if I wanted to do this right out here, probably Frost Nova. That's where I should be doing. Pallet Tap says, I get mad when I find high runes that aren't Buuurrr plus. You hate having to cube them up? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Sur runes I don't feel bad about cubing up, because, I mean, they like have no other purpose in life other than to be cubed up to a Buuurrr rune, you know, so. Frost Nova so much fun. Yeah, I mean, it's just Nova, but worse. And slows the monsters down, I guess. But it's, you know, I don't like just playing builds just because they're only like the best possible. I like playing sometimes builds that are the suboptimal ones, just interesting to do once in a while. Interesting to do once in a while. The light dudes, you always never drop anything? The light dudes. The light dudes. Oh, little dudes, I misread. Interesting. It depends on the density roll, of course, but ooh, terrorize Gibjin guy or whatever. What's this guy called? Where is he? Wait, how come I didn't see him? Okay, never mind. I thought there was a... It dropped a unique, but I guess it was just a champion or something. Now this one I will skip. But yeah, they're really weak and you can kill them super fast, and like especially single player, like Novasork, you can clear this mega quick P8 because they're so weak. So the density, you can kind of get some high runes and stuff. Somewhat. Phil, Sork using Phoenix Monarch is good. Question mark. If you're a fire Sork, yeah. I wouldn't use it any other time, personally, but... Congrats, OG Duriel. Chipotle tonight. Congratulations. You figure you say it's cheaper? The Frost Nova's cheaper? I mean, I suppose so, but, like, it's worse, so... I guess if it had more expensive gear that was better, it would be better, wouldn't it? Wait, where do I need to take this thing? He took it. Is he waiting to give me my ring? Oh, he was. Garbage. Carnage Barb? No, I'm not playing no D2R mods. Hard pass. Fail dropped Dracul's Grasp for me. Congrats on that, J-Regs. I'm trying to think what I used on my... I think I went mostly max damage when I did, you know, Nightwings, Death Fathom, and it was like, okay. I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what I should do? Isn't it if you have 3-piece Mavinas, you can get plus 25 to cold skill damage? So you could use like Mavinas like gloves, armor, belt to get more cold skill damage for the Novasork. Did I just glitch the game? I just found hacks. Yeah, we'll skip that. Fathom Nightwing's Blizzormus. Yeah, Blizzormus. I'm not much of an Ormus user, but I guess it's just because you always have to like search around for the right Ormus, I guess. But yeah, Jeremy, that's always the thing. Waiting on the perfect rune word base for your God rune. That's the challenge thing there. Yeah, I'm not really enjoying this out here. I feel like Blizzard is more... What do I even explain? More targeted. So it's got like the area, but you can't really control it. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do Stony Tombs. Player is a good area, in my opinion anyways, but not feeling it. You know what I am feeling, though? For y'all to hit that like button there, you know what I mean? On YouTube. Appreciate you. That would be great. Frost Nova Ormus. Yeah, that might be a Chad move right there, to be honest. So Mavina's gloves, belt, and what other piece would you use? Because obviously not the bow. You can't use the helmet to get the cold on it. That's probably why I didn't do it, even on a meme version. Mavina's diadem. What am I forgetting? There's no boots, right? Why does this talk about the set, but it doesn't show the items that I just clicked on? Sorry, I'm looking at some web page things. There's my video about it. So there's the bow, the armor, yeah, the gauntlet. Yeah, that's why you don't do it, because you would use Death Fathom, and then you would use the Ormus probably. Yeah, that's why. That is why. Maybe before, if you don't get a Nightwings yet. Budget hacks. MF build with Firewall? I mean, yeah, you can kind of do it, but Firewall is... It works, but mainly, personally, just for, like, Andy meth, you know. When you're fighting one monster that doesn't really move, you just plant your merc on them and they stand there and you melt them down. Oh, it's a full set bonus to get the cold skill damage? Oh. I thought it was a 3-piece. Yeah, I didn't remember that. Gotcha, Figlet. My mistake. If I assume your knowledge is accurate. Want want. That's boring. Thought I found a hack in the system, but nope. You know what I was thinking? Maybe I will do a draft today. I wasn't going to, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll just stream on here, and then I'll just hop straight over to my other channel and stream a draft over on that one. My fantasy football channel. Maybe. Not confirmed yet, but I'm thinking about it. Soccer, Phil? No, football, not soccer, buddy. Listen here, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy. Not your guy, pal. Raid yourself? I thought about it. I did think about doing it on YouTube. I stream the fantasy football stuff just on YouTube. I thought about setting it up for an automatic redirect, but... Agitator? It's a 3, so it tricked me up. Echoing Strike looks fun. Yeah, give her a whirl. It's super powerful, of course, so if it's your gameplay style, maybe you'll like it. At least I got minus res on this one, even though it's only -7. The other two I got plus damage, and it got magic find too. Gosh, that stinky... All the other ones get gold find and plus damage. So rough. Fancy football? That is another way that you could describe it, yeah. First time chatter. I'm a weirdo. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Hard to tell if you're joking when it's your first time putting a message into chat and your first comment is a negative thing about me, so hard to tell if you're joking there, so. Warlock question, how do you kill using the chain skill? I mean, you can do two different things. I mean, you can do what people do when they throw them on the ground, then run around and drag it like through the monsters. I'm gonna be honest though, I just drop abysses on everything, and then if I ever have one like larger monster that I'm trying to take out, I just wrap them up. I just wrap them up, 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 nonstop. And that seems to be what works best for me. Because anytime I throw down the chains, and then by the time I teleport to the other side or I run around, it wastes like half the time the chains are up. So it like doesn't work effectively. Like if you can get them through the monster, like they do a ton of damage, but it like doesn't, I don't know, in my experience it doesn't work out much. Yeah, Mad Merlin, I appreciate you watching the vids, hopping in the stream. It's just the first time seeing somebody's name and they hop in and say I'm a weirdo. You kind of get how that could be like, you know. Yeah, I get you. But yeah, speaking of the fantasy football channel, imagine if that thing pops off, am I right? Imagine if it takes off. I'm a full-time fantasy football YouTuber now. Never play Diablo 2 again. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Marty takes one to no one. Yeah, there you go. That's what I should have been. I know you are, but what am I? Takes one to no one. I'm rubber, you're glue. Capitator. Keystrokes from a Herald. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Marius, was the throw barb really good or just a beam character? It can be good with the perfect gear. It can be really good. If you have super budget gear, I started ladder one time as a throw barb, and it is a bit of a struggle. So before you get some of the unique weapons, you don't have a lot of options. So what are you still walking around in a robe for? All right, well, what's up? What do you want to say? You can get that yourself, right? I'm not going up and getting you cheese out right now. Okay, get some clothes on too. Whatever you're gonna get on to go with your aunt. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, it can work good, but yeah, when I started ladder, like, what are you going to use when you start ladder? So what I did is you can actually come over to here, and it doesn't work great, but I don't know what other option you have, because you can't make a spirit sword, you know, or something. You come over here and shop these, and you see, are we going to have any around here real quick? See how they have enhanced damage on them? You can get ones that are cruel. So, but this one's, it's not the best base, but you can get some bases on here. Like this one has 12 max damage, it's got 42 on the throw damage. And this one's only 67, but it's got a higher minimum, you see, but I went over here and shopped some cruel javelins, and I was like throwing those. So, didn't work great, but I actually ended up using like leap for a while, just leap attacking in hell difficulty for a while, just to be able to kill stuff, but yeah. Jake says lacerator needed if you want good damage. Yeah, you definitely need some stuff, yeah. Arcade says you followed build guide with the perfect gear and stuff, very underwhelming damage. It's just tough for me. It's tough, like having to like aim every throw, and then like, you know, it's flying through the air if you're too far away, and then they like are walking and they move and you don't hit them, and yeah, I don't know. I'd rather just do a Nova Source. No, it's cool to play once in a while. Like I said, I started ladder with it, and I knew it was going to be a struggle, and it was exactly a struggle. But yeah, it is what it is. Craft throwing axes early on single player as a throw barb. All right, yeah, craft throwing axes. Is there because on D2 you have to use specific base items to make certain things, right? Is it like blood weapons? You can do throwing stuff? I'm not even sure. I can't remember exactly. Let me look it up real quick. I'm just interested now. I'm just interested. Not that. Not that. One axe, one dagger makes a throwing axe. Why does this NSQ stuff doesn't have the Q recipes? I'm trying to look it up and I can't find it now. I haven't looked this stuff up in a very long time, so like the blood recipes and stuff. Maybe you guys would just know. You guys are probably telling me at this exact moment. Oh, the blood weapons are throwing axes, really? Yeah, everything I'm looking under Herodic Cube crafting, it's not popping. It's just showing all the other things. Like, stupid. Dumb stuff. Runes, missile. Why? Where's just like the crafting? I literally typed in D2R crafting in the Herodic Cube, and it's not coming up with every website's not coming up with any of the crafting stuff. Any axe. Okay, so it's any axe. See, I didn't think that it would be throwing axes, but of course, I mean, that is an axe, I guess, right? It's not categorized as a... Yeah, any. So, checks out. 60% enhanced damage. I wonder how much can this, when these roll, I know it rolls with the recipes and other things. Could you get, like, cruel, like as if it's like 300 enhanced damage, along with the 35 to 60 on top of it? Does anybody know off the top, you know, maybe somebody's big into crafting stuff. So, like, could you get, like, 360% enhanced damage on a throwing weapon with this stuff? But yeah, interesting. But yeah, sometimes that's what you can kind of look for, and it's what I ended up using for a little bit, is like, and I save them sometimes too, like rare weapons, since with throwing mastery most people know, but if you didn't, you like replenish quantity as you throw them, essentially. I'm not even sure the mechanic of how it works, because it's supposed to be replenish quantity if you get a critical strike, like a percentage based on how many times you crit strike or something, but it just happens every throw. Like, you can just throw your throwing weapons at the wall, or just throw them off into the distance and they disappear, and they'll constantly replenish. So it's like, I'm not even sure exactly what's going on there. I've never really asked about it either. I just never really. Yeah, it sounds like everyone's like, yep, you can get cruel, so. Clone your offline or online character to offline. So if you're on PC, there is kind of a way. It's not literally cloning, but so what you can do is there's an online hero editor. So if you just type in D2R hero editor, it'll pop right up, and you can just perfectly recreate your character. So you could do that. But yeah. Do I think weapon-based damage should be higher? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure, because I feel like you would have to balance out a lot of different things. Because, like, how much damage would things be doing when, like, the percent damage on rune words and stuff is based around them not having a lot of base damage, you know? Kind of, sort of. Ooh, we know it's a tail, Zammy. Oh. Maybe next time. So, Ethereal Lacerator, yeah, that is the GOAT for Throw Barb. Because I think Lacerator actually has it inherently on it replenish quantity, right? But the thing is, too, is now, for a Throw Barb specifically, any throwing weapon can work and be ethereal. Like, do I have it over here, actually? Like this right here is ethereal. So this would be like, this isn't one of like the goated options, I guess, but if you wanted to use this weapon, you would want it to be ethereal on the throw barb. Because when you max out the mastery, or you just have points into it, but it maxed out is the best, I guess. When you're throwing it, it'll just, the quantity will never go down. I guess it was kind of unnecessary for me to do the throwing motion there while I'm talking about it, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I think when I rocked it, I just went ahead and went with dual lacerators because I don't know if this was a temporary issue or maybe I was just like trying to go too fast or something. I'll get back to that in a second because
JRags35 donated $5 through Super Chat.
Thank you, JRags.
For all the help you give out to us with info.
Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Very kind of you for the $5 Super Chat. Ooh. But yeah, for some reason when I had two different weapons on, like Lacerator and like, is it Warstrike? It was like having some glitch to where it wasn't throwing both of the weapons. And I think it's because one had a different attack speed than the other. So it was like, I don't know, it was acting weird. So I just went, all right, fine. I'm just going to go dual lacerators and call it a day. Just call it a day. I think the Warstrike has the Pierce on it, and I just was like, all right, I'll just get the Pierce some other way. Got the Razor Tail on. We'll throw on, like, Wisdom. Let's go. Guides for throw barbs seem to be suboptimal, too. Yeah, I get you, Marister. So, I'm not sure exactly on what the guides say, and if you might be, maybe the guides aren't up to date with the changes to throw mastery, because I don't think it always had Pierce, did it? Maybe it's an out of date, or they just like forgot, you know, that it got changed or something, or I don't know. Yeah, because I'm trying to think with when I did it, Korun. I don't remember exactly. Or maybe like you just have more plus skills on your... Or do you go with skillers so you get more plus skills to get the percentage higher? Or... Because if you have a higher percentage, and a lot of people go with max damage on melee stuff over skillers, so maybe that... Yeah, you're with max damage? Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess people just overlooked the stuff on the skill or something. Yeah, Larry, you're in the wrong place, my friend. Is that what you do? You go around and find streams of like people playing games that you don't like, and you just hop in to tell them how shit their game is? Like, some people, you know, quite the existence you have here. Unless maybe I'm just misunderstanding your comment. I don't know, but level 29 throw mastery 50%. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I haven't played a throw barb in many moons. So, I don't know what I put. You'll have to check out my build guide and see what I put in there. See if mine's on point for you. What a big dog! Evolution OG, welcome in. How's the MF going? It's going. Any bangers? I don't know. I found a facet and a Surun actually. So okay, well. we're just gonna go a little timeout because I just don't feel like reading comments about how the game sucks and everybody play this other game instead of the game that is the only game that I play and I play as a full-time job and stuff. Just seems like odd, you know, very odd behavior from somebody in the world. So hopefully you talk to somebody, you know, get some help or something, you know. Very, very odd behavior though. I didn't ban him. I put him in a little timeout. Hopefully he calms down and whatever. Can't read a room. I mean, yeah, for sure. But hey, maybe he's got some stuff going on. You know, I don't want to judge him too harshly. He probably has some stuff going on in his life. He's trying to, you know, get it figured out. So, best of luck to him. It's almost more offensive than if I would have just cussed him out. You ever notice that? People when they act overly nice like that, it's like more offensive than if they were just like, bleep this, bleep and bleep, get out of here, banned from channel. Like more offensive, be like, oh, poor guy, he's probably got some problems. Maybe it's just me. Really pulling for you, bud. What'd you miss, Evolution? This is a guy in the YouTube chat. Just hopped in and unfamiliar name. Just like, Diablo 2's terrible. Everybody should play this other game instead because it's way better. Blah, blah, blah. And just went on for like 5 or 6 messages. And just like, all right, we'll just... Second favorite game, either in the past or present. Second favorite. I kind of got to combine it, I guess, because it's like they're almost the same game, just slightly different, sort of. Like the Elder Scrolls and Fallout games, probably. I think, but it's hard to really pick, I guess. Like second, I don't know, or you know, whatever. Torxy, yo! Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. 2 at once. E. Daniel, yo! Thank you both y'all for the Twitch Prime subs. Ooh. Appreciate you. Jay Rag said he probably doesn't even eat his steaks well done. Probably not. I mean, you don't just throw them in the microwave. You have to grill it first for like 10 minutes each side, and then you throw it in the microwave. It's called a reverse sear. Age of Empires, you like? I've never played it before. I've obviously heard of it. It was obviously popular, but yeah, my second favorite probably, yeah, I don't know, Roller Coaster Tycoon, probably. No. Sim Ant, my favorite game. Was Sim Ant as good as I remember, or is this just like rose-colored glasses, guys? Let me know in the chat. Is Sim Ant actually good? I wonder if I can get like Sim Ant for free on the internet somewhere right now. Sim Tower and stuff, Sim Farm. Sim Farm was actually goated because I grew up in the middle of nowhere. Like the town I grew up in and where I live, we just refer to them as like one stoplight towns because there's all these little towns that are like 20 miles apart from each other that are small and they all just have one stoplight, you know, in the middle of the town where the two roads cross, where the town's at. But yeah, Sim Farm was goated.
At Jeremy Baby
Jeremy!
1518 donated $9.99.
Thank you so much for the generosity, my man.
Diablo 2 is definitively one of the best ARPGs ever made, if not the best one. There is a reason other games like this are called D-clones.
This is true. This is true. Defined a genre. Created it. I don't know about that. I don't know the whatever, but Diablo defined the genre. True story. And thank you so much for the super once again. No lie detected. Daniel got Chronicle Mythic Coil. Yeah, so a Dungo, I think, right? Congrats on that. Heavy Metal on PC was sick. Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal. Oh, I don't remember that one. Oh, creeping feature. Extra strong cursed. Getting after my mercenary. Gosh. See a herald? Was that a herald creeping feature? What's going on here? I had to use a potion on that guy. Pokemon Snap? When I give D2 a break? Nah. The only time I ever played Pokemon is when I had this job that I was literally paid to drive like an hour away from the factory I worked at. And I was supposed to like sort, aka look through, the parts that came from the factory and make sure that they had all the little clips on them. So when they put them on Slayer ships. Appreciate ya. Yeah. Watch the weather tonight. What's going on tonight? We had storms last night. We have storms tomorrow. We got storms right now and all night. What is going on here? It wasn't supposed to rain today. Oh my word. I can't show you the map here, but it's going to rain. If it ain't raining now. You know what? Every single window in my house is currently open. All right, well, everyone just pull up the Michigan weather radar right now, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm going to go upstairs real quick and just make sure that rain isn't pouring in my windows right now. It's not raining at all. It lied. The weather thing lied. The radar lies. But yeah. Is it bad if it rains sideways at Mach 7? Probably, yeah. Yeah, see, Dirt McGurk says Final Fantasy VII came out before the Pokemon games. I thought so. Yeah, FF7 Legendary. Click on Detroit. Appreciate you, Biff. But yeah, it's not raining at all in my house, but the radar shows rain, like raining right now. Shows it raining, but it's not. Figlet says, so he lives on northwest side of Detroit. Got it. Well, the east side of Detroit would be Windsor, so I mean, checks out. The south and the east is like southeast is Windsor, Canada, so kind of dead giveaway there. For you, what is the 3 builds of the game with Enigma? Best 3. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Think about that. Like, Hammerden, of course. I don't know. Probably one of the Warlock ones now, or several of the Warlock ones. We'll call it. We'll just call the Warlock in general. More powerful than everything else in the game still. Boy, I don't know. One of the item find barbs. The goat for unique hunting. 200 FCR Singer Barb. 200 FCR is kind of annoying to get to. Because then you can't stack like all the magic find you want. Ogre, you can do it. Who is your college football team? I'm a Michigan guy, I guess, but I'm not as huge into college football. I'm mainly NFL for sports. That's my like go-to because I love fantasy football. It's cool watching sports and then having like a game in a game, you know? Like even if your teams are losing, or even if you're watching football and it's not even your teams, your home teams, you're like, come on, random running back that I don't care at all about. Get me 2 touchdowns, you know? So it just makes football more fun. Weirdest build I've ever tried? I mean, ever tried? Or that I've done and it actually could kill monsters? So I would say probably for me, and this is my pride and joy, I think I invented it. Corpse Explosion, Summon Druid. I've done a drop highlight video for it. Of course I have a build guide for it. And I actually even not quite exactly started ladder, but I started ladder as it before. Corpse Explosion, Summon Druid. I was farming, I was just hitting like Eldritch and Shank, and then I was taking my summons. I wasn't using the Corpse Explosion for the summons, but for Thresh Shocket. But the summons by themselves could take out Thresh Shocket fast enough. And then Neelathak, exploding his minions. Goated. Typical Lions fan. Get out of here. Well, nowadays the Lions are good, so kind of good. This year they're gonna crush it too because they got that. They went from, if they won a game, like literally, if they won this game, they would have been in the playoffs, and because they lost, they were out of the playoffs. You know, like it was one of those just like in or out. They lost, or no, that's what it was. If they won the game, they would have made the playoffs, and because they lost that game, it put them in the last place in our division. So they got one of the last place division schedules this season. So I think the Lions have this, like, I don't remember exactly what it is. It's like the 3rd easiest schedule, which it's never like, oh, it said the 3rd easiest schedule, but technically after the season we figured out what the teams they played did, and it was only like the 8th easiest schedule. It's like, yeah. But if you have one of the easiest schedules, nobody ever had the easiest schedule, and at the end of the season, after the wins totals figured out, they had the hardest schedule, you know? It's never like that. So at least that's what it is. The Lions got an easy schedule this year. So sick. Easy schedule. We're running it back with all the same starters pretty much, with a few exceptions like offensive linemen, but then we got some other guys, so we got to see. College football team for the ad break. Yeah, sorry, Twitch ads. I wish I could do them differently, but I either have to demonetize my channel or have 3 minutes of ads per hour on it. Unfortunately, Twitch is even more scumbags than YouTube somehow. But so Michigan, but I'm not a huge college football guy though. Like I don't make sure I catch every Michigan game or anything like that. Montgomery's gone, bro. I mean, he was barely playing at the end of the season, so. Plus, we got Isaiah Pacheco. I think Isaiah Pacheco can do most of everything that Montgomery could do. Pacheco's what, 25, 26, something like that. Montgomery's turning, what, 29, I think it was? Age cliff for running backs that are non-elite. Pacheco had injuries. Hopefully he can come back from them injuries. It's no guarantee, but also Gibbs is just going to get 80% of the carries. And then Pacheco is going to get the other 20% or something, you know, so. Dirt McGurk says, as a Bears fan, you're used to that kind of hopeful talk. I mean, it's not really hopeful talk. Like, they went to the NFC Championship game like the year before. And then because they did really good, then they had one of the hardest schedules in the league. And then our division got better. The Bears getting Ben Johnson made them better, of course. And yeah. I'm sure there's other reasons, but drafting Loveland and Burden made their offense a little bit more dynamic. Manungai, like a bunch of dudes for their team. So Green Bay's always like kind of there. They've had the same wide receiving core for a while, the same tight ends, the same quarterback, you know. So they got Josh Jacobs a few years back. So yeah, they're pretty good. The Vikings are an absolute joke, of course, even though they beat the Lions. That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing you can point to as the Lions. Like, you lost to JJ McCarthy. Bro, what are you doing here? Alex said, you're telling me they remastered D2? Wait a second. Is that a real thing? Yeah, like 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah. Pacheco injury prone? Yeah, it could be. There's some RNG to getting injured too, though. Like, not to mention part of what, like, the 1 year he broke his leg. Okay, you broke your leg. Like, is that and I think it was it later that season? Did he come back from the broken leg and he had a fractured sternum cartilage or something? Some injury I've never heard of before. Fractured sternum cartilage. Is what? You know, like, what is that? I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. Kyler MVP this year? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? Gibbs gonna kill it this year, DK says. I would imagine. I'm gonna see. The only thing is I would be worried about him holding up. Not because I think he's injury prone, and I know he is, and this is gonna happen, but just not seeing him get the full load for his entire career up until this point, a few years that is, and then all of a sudden getting a workhorse load of carries, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm hoping that, like, under a lot of circumstances, hopefully Pacheco splitting carries can, like, you know, yeah, he can do a little bit, hopefully. Dark Lotus says, D2 in football talk, can't be happier. Right? You got to get, this is a great time to plug my other channel. I don't plug it a lot, but I've been doing maybe a little bit more lately. So I got this other channel, right? Fantasy Football Phil. This is me. This is me right here. But yeah. I don't do a ton of videos. I'm going to do more videos when it gets more closer to the season. But I do these, I draft these teams here, either Underdog or, this one right here is DraftKings. This one is Underdog. But yeah. Fantasy Football Phil. I'll just hit the I'll hit these chats with links to them real quick, just in case. If you like fantasy football, you don't have to subscribe, just as a favor. If you don't want to watch it, if it's not content that you would like, don't worry about that or anything. But just if fantasy football, seeing what I'm talking about and babbling on about fantasy football, you can, you know, people put their opinions in chat. I agree or disagree. Fantasy football in general is all about people having their takes and disagreeing or agreeing, and just like, I have these reasons why, I have these reasons why. Well, I don't think that. So that, you know, that's great. Hop in the chat, give your opinions on stuff. So if it interests you, that's some links to that other channel. But like I said, if you're not into American football, the real football, or fantasy football, you don't have to subscribe just as like a favor. Like I'll subscribe just to get another subscribers. You know, that can actually kind of hurt you in the algorithm actually if that happens. So sorry for coming back to Thorbarb. Dual lacerator, good. I mean, the amp damage is quite redundant. So I kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. Maybe you hopped in and out or whatever it was. So I was having some issue. I don't know about issue, but and if it was corrected or if it's like that all the time. But I was having a thing that when I was using War Strike and the lacerator when I was throwing. So one throws like this, one throws like that, and the other one throws like this. So it's like, and it was when it was throwing this way, it was like glitching to where it wouldn't throw one of them half the time. I don't know if it was because my attack speed was so much faster on one than the other, one weapon, or I'm not even really sure. So I just went ahead and used dual lacerators and just called it a day. Maybe it's kind of unnecessary, but this throw glitch that I was having was, and I've never heard anyone talk about it before or since, to be perfectly honest. So I don't know, but yeah. DK says the way he runs, maybe you're saying that's why he gets hurt or something. He stomps the ground. There are a lot of funny takes about like how he runs or whatever, I guess. J-Mod, come on. We know it is. Jeweler's Monarch of Deflecting. Boom. Oh, Rancor charges. Let's go. Yeah, he runs around like a little kid in his big brother's shoes. The way he's like stomping around like their shoes are too big for him all the time and stuff like that. Or yeah, he runs. You know how when you put shoes, like sometimes they'll buy shoes for dogs. It's like the way dogs walk and run when you put shoes on them, stuff like that. But yeah, and we talked about this the other day on stream too. Isaiah Pacheco is such a Dan Campbell guy. It's crazy. Like Pacheco seems like the kind of guy who would bite someone's kneecap. He's just so like intense out there. Like he gets laid out by like a linebacker, and somehow this 250-pound linebacker who's like 6'3" takes him down. Somehow Pacheco pops up before he does, helps him up, and then like hops back to the you know, like is springy in his step and hops back to the huddle. You know, like I don't even like prancing back like a, you know, a show horse. It's crazy. It's crazy. Swish said, grieving the loss of my fantasy football crew. Disbanded last year. Unfortunate. Yeah, I'm only in like, I guess I'm in 2 leagues, but they're both with the same guy. He runs like a friends and family league, and then he's in a league with his buddies that's like a keeper league that's like more serious. And that's the only ones I've been. I've tried running leagues before, and they're just a disaster. I've tried to do fantasy football leagues with people from this channel, with other friends that I have and stuff, and it's always a disaster. There's always some person that like loses their minds for some reason. They're out of the playoffs, so they cut their whole team and stuff like that. Or they freak out because like something stupid. The number of times, oh, I didn't even know that was coming. Legendary. But yeah, the number of times I've had people freak out and cut their whole teams and stuff because of something stupid or it's crazy. Straight up, probably 3 of the last, probably 50% of the, like every other year I play in a league that's not this one guy's league that I know that I play with. Like if I try to get leads together, 50% of the years somebody goes crazy and cuts their whole team or something when they're out of the playoffs, so that like, you know, or makes some trade that's like just insane trade, like a backup running back and like a random quarterback 27 on the year and like some other guy for like Jamar Chase, Christian McCaffrey, and you know, some other really good player. You know, that poor guy. I was trying to think of names too, and I could not, for some reason I could not spit out any names of NFL players for some reason, but you know what I'm saying. OG Kev said your league disbanded during during COVID. Yeah, a lot of my other friends that I used to play in a league with for a long time, yeah, they disbanded too, and it was like, they're like, I don't even want to play fantasy football anymore. Like, the stakes aren't high enough. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like a 50, like we're playing in like a $100 league or whatever, $200 league. I forget what we played in now. And they're like, I bet more than that like every weekend on football. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, why am I playing a $200 league where the most you can win is like $1,000 when I gamble like $500 every weekend? Like, it's just so boring to play fantasy football. I don't even want to check my lineups and stuff. It's so boring. I'm like, why are you gambling so much? Like, what are you doing? But no, honestly, I think this sounds kind of braggy, but honestly, the last 4 years of the league or whatever it was, I got first, second, first, and then third. And I bet you they were just like, man, I never win. Why do I keep doing this? Moop says, you never had someone do anything crazy like that, but someone just doesn't play and people not showing for the draft is frustrating. Yeah, exactly. Not showing for the draft or not setting their lineups, like after they're out of the playoffs, just not setting it. So like maybe you're fighting to get into the playoffs and someone's like in last place with no wins or like 0-10, and they just aren't setting a lineup or anything, and they're playing against a person that you're like fighting to get into the playoffs or something. And you're like, crazy. Marvin said he used to do fantasy MMA. Nice. You never knew who was playing. They kept opting out. Yeah, I forget how it happened. No, because we had rules for the COVID thing. I remember. I think if someone had COVID, you could put them in IR or something. Like if they opted out for like the season, you're saying? I don't know, Mark. I feel like it wasn't that too much of a problem because I played during COVID. I remember people getting like, oh, so and so was around. It's like, oh, geez, what do we, and then we came up with the rule for the COVID players or whatever. Ray said, no gambler, but enjoy watching the football. I mean, I don't mind putting a little bet here, but man, the amount of money people bet, like, if I do a parlay that's like $10, I mean, I think the most I ever put on a bet ever was like $20. Like, I'd pick like some ridiculously like parlay that should absolutely hit, like money line, like money line the Bills over like the Jets or something, and like parlayed with the Lions over like the Cardinals or something, like the $20 with a parlay of like 3 money line guaranteed like locked wins to win, like $20 to win $20 or something, like. Usually what I do is I do like a 5 or 7 parlay with like 5 or 7 picks for like $5 or something. And then sometimes I'll do like a $1 like 15 parlay pick. It's like $1 to win like $1,100 or something, Avoid the parlays, they're all losers. They're not really though. They're not. They always say that, but like I don't just lose all the time on parlays. I mean, parlays are the ones that are actually fun. So, I mean, it's not my job. It's like entertainment. That's like saying, like, don't go to the movies. It's a money-losing proposition. Don't do it. And it's like, well, yeah. Of course you're not going to make money when you go to the movies. Like, what are we talking about here? But you could. You could win money gambling, though. I love putting, so there's always funny picks to go into the parlays too. I love putting like Jared Goff over under 0.5 yards rushing. And that's not even like where you bid the line down or anything. That's like the line put by the books because he doesn't rush at all, So it's like, it's just kind of funny. But yeah, few bucks here and there. I might do a $5 parlay so every once in a while or something. It's whatever, but Scam to the depths of the man who thought of parlays. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, sports gambling like that and parlays and stuff. I do it, and I mean, I kind of enjoy it, but I would honestly not, if they just like banned it and made it completely legal, I would not be upset about it. Because I know a lot of other people that, like I said, my friends gamble a lot, and they do make more money than I do. But still, should you really be betting $500, $1,000 a weekend on, gambling? Like, I don't know. I get, freedom, but the number of people that go, like, lose all their money gambling and stuff, someone who makes like $30K a year and they're betting $1,500 a weekend on sports and stuff from their phone at home. Like, if you just banned like cell phone, like sports betting, I'd be fine with that. But still betting 10K a year on sports? No, not me. I'm talking about guys I know, not me. Well, I guess if you add up like all the fancy football stuff I do, if you count that as gambling, then I suppose yes. Because that one league I play in is like $250. And then I play like some underdog stuff that adds up. And then if you add like the $5 here, I guess if you add it up that way, it is, but. Arcade said you had one you cried on, $20, crazy parlay. You had to hit on 14. Would have been like 20K. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about this a little during my bowling league when I was bowling my buddies in the summer. This guy, I was talking about how I bet $45 on a parlay and won like $45 or something, And this guy pulls out his phone and shows me, and he's like a younger dude. He's like 25 maybe. Doesn't make a ton of money from my understanding, but he just straight up did a $50 parlay of, and if you know football, this might make sense to you, but it was Cade Otton over 9.5 catches and Dalton Schultz over 9.5 catches for $50, and he hit on it. It was just one crazy game. It was the only game of the year where they got that many catches, either one of them. Sort of making sense because there was like receivers out for the teams and stuff or whatever, but like still, I'm like, geez, dude, you bet $50 on that? Holy crap. For me, it's a lot of money anyway, so. You were on the way to the championship underdog last year and hits happened? I think I had pits on one of the teams that made it to a championship. I didn't win the championship, but I made it to 2 puppy championships last year. So, and I don't draft a crazy ton of teams. I make bets on players late that I believe in. So I have super high percentages of guys late that I just, I had a ton of Javonte Williams. I had a ton of Jawan Johnson that really helped me out actually. One team was my tight end one essentially for the underdog team was Trey McBride, and then I had Jawan Johnson. And the other team was I think I went Colston Loveland, Jawan Johnson on the other team. So that was clutch. So I wasn't really heavy on one of the teams that made it too. I was Stafford Puka. It was like Stafford Puka, Javonte, Zach Charbonnet. I'm trying to think. Who was the other running? One of the teams had Bijan, but one didn't. One of the teams was I went 0 RB, literally. Another, whatever that is. This guy's immune to cold. What a bum. And he's immune to lighting, so I can't static him. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, Javonte was a steal. Charbonnet was a steal. I don't think I took a single running back in the first 10 rounds of that team that made it the championship last year. I finished very poorly in the championships, so on both of them. So, but I had Stafford on both teams, even though I did not have a lot of Stafford. But I was 35% Javonte Williams last year and like 35% Juwan Johnson, and Juwan Johnson had a really good year considering he was like a last round pick. Oh yeah. And I had like 40% Alec Pierce too. So that one helped as well. Alec Pierce was like, who would have thought that all you needed was Phillip Rivers to unlock Alec Pierce, am I right? Blizz sucks with controller. I have kind of heard that. Can't aim it very good. Yeah, it would be tough. I've never done it. Some people like it, some people don't, but I couldn't imagine playing D2 with controller. But some people say they like it, so, you know, whatever, of course. Some builds are better. Gotcha there. Okay, yeah. Yeah, some builds definitely better. So you say if you set your game properties to handheld, it works better? Yeah, I personally don't know nothing about that stuff, so. Nova's easy, says Figlet. Yeah, I can see that. Anything where you don't have to aim, am I right? Someone got JSN in the 7th round last year of your 8-team draft. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens. Yeah, kind of a weird circumstance, and I think it was because he was going so late. Both my championship teams had Zay Flowers on them. I think last year he was going in like you said there, like JSN was like the 8th round or something. But he was going, but Zay Flowers was going in the 8th round to like 12-team drafts. So I'd have to go back and double check. But he was on both. It was one of those shocking. I was like, what? Zay Flowers was on both my teams. That's weird. A lot of density over here. Three hours into the stream. Acade saying you like Dragadin and Strafazon. I don't do like either one of those. Oh, but you're talking about for maybe console, you're saying? Yeah, those two builds. Dragon is so expensive, and the rune words are only for it. So, a lot of those type of builds I don't play a lot personally, though. That's just that's just me. Just got an Eth rune. Congrats on that one. Ooh. Just watching your vid on uses for runes and saw you were live. Thanks for the content. Appreciate you, Mr. McCarthy. Thanks for watching the vids. Welcome into the stream. Welcome in, welcome in. Marty says, hey, don't you have a new channel for this foosball talk? Yeah, I should save it for over there, huh? That's what I should do. I'm trying to get people amped up for watching my fantasy football channel. Double shard. Boy, it's always nice to take a double shard, am I right? Glacial Spike or Ice Blast? Usually I go with the blast, but if I'm budget, I'll do Glacial Spike because it freezes more stuff on the initial hit, and that can actually help keep your Merc alive. And yeah, that's pretty much the only reason for that. Anything outside of that, I generally use Ice Blast because it does way more single target damage. Just killed Countess, 3 keys. Ooh, nice. Yeah, and Andre Sosa? So I would usually use Infinity, but I have an insight right now because I do not have Infinity, personally. But yeah, usually would use Infinity. Oop. Ryan up here says I drafted the same player in all my leagues. That way, if I'm right, I'm really right. Right? In redraft, I don't play in a lot of leagues, but I wouldn't say I try to avoid that, but I don't like go out of my way to do it. But
Time for
Underdog's
my first
different.
Cleave build since the changes.
Race, thank you for the 100 bits. Going for the Cleave one, yeah. Some people, I've heard a lot of people say they like it, so hopefully you do as well. I have not tried it personally, but maybe I'll have to get around to it. %. How many crafts do you usually do when you craft? So I do them in groups of 100, but that's kind of just for the video sake. If I'm not saving them for videos, I do them one by one as I find the stuff for them, personally. So like I generally on ladder, I don't play long enough to save up 100 to do 100 crafts online. So that's what it is. When I play ladder reset, I do one, and then what it'll look like is in my inventory. I guess I'm not at stash, I guess, but in my stash, I mean, I'll have like a line of junk jewels and then like a line of amethysts, and like maybe a Ral rune or two. And then as I find a blue amulet, like in a high level terror zone like this, I'll grab it and craft one. And then as I find another amulet, I'll go craft. And then let's say I run out of Ral runes, I'll start saving up the amulets. And then as I find Ral runes, I'll cube up, you know? So yeah, I do them one at a time. So it's pretty much what I'm saying. I do them one at a time as I find them. Is Stony Tombs a good place for high runes? It's, I mean, good-ish. It's just as good as any other place, really. So if you're cold or fire and you don't have a perfect build that has infinity and breaks all the immunities and has the minus res to clear super fast in areas, Stony Tombs is good, yes, but I wouldn't say it's what anyone would say would be the go-to best area to farm high runes. But I've definitely found high runes in here, you know? Just like the pits or the stony ancient tunnels or, you know, whatever. Any of the 85 areas, really. Okay, he's about to get chopped down for sure here. Go ahead and... Oh, we can take him out quick, though. No Sunday. Oh, speaking of the finding runes. Let's go! The most beautiful rune in the game. Am I right? This is good to find, right? Lem. Lem. Only do Blizz at Cows and Meth. Yeah, I mean, I take it out to 85 airs. Ancient Tunnels, Stony Tombs, Andy Meth. I'm not a big Cows fan. But yeah, I mean, to each their own, for sure. Oh my gosh. Breakdown's huge. Swish says during ladder I had to save all the crafting materials for trading. Yeah, I mean that is a go-to option as well, of course. It's probably better. You're more likely to get a good amount of runes like through trading them, and you're not particularly likely to get something incredibly good. Also, I find because crafted stuff isn't an exact thing, because, you know, like you find a Shaco, they're all kind of the same, right? Sure, they roll different defense, but they're pretty much all the same. Crafted stuff, like, it's so subjective what they're going to be worth, pretty much, because nobody goes off the same standard. Like, you'll have one that's like, you know, 9 FCR, 2 to Sork skills with like 11 to strength, 11 to magic find and like cold res on it or something, and like what is that worth, right? Or like what is a 212 Sork one worth with 35 to fire res or something, you know? Or what is, you know, it's so much harder to you know, weigh out what everything's worth on something when things can roll all differently like that. Half freeze duration and half freeze duration equals cannot be frozen. I do not believe that's how it works. I'm gonna be honest, I've never looked into that before though. I've never had that question sent to me before, and I've never looked into it before, so. But I'm almost positive that's not how it works. If I'd have to assume half freeze duration is just half. So if you have 9 half freeze durations, I think you just have half freeze duration. But I'm not really sure. Or if it's like half freeze duration and then the next half is just half of the next half. I really have no idea though. Straight up. You wonder why that guy called you weird? What did I do now, Marty? I didn't think I was doing anything weird. What did I do weird? Maybe you're talking about the Lemrune thing. That's not weird at all. Not weird at all. Completely normal. See, Basiro said you decided to run cows until Jaw. Didn't want to cube together the other runes. Wonder when that Jaw's gonna show up? Could be a while. So, being a Diablo 2 YouTuber and streamer, the first time I tell this story all the time, so maybe you've heard it. Sorry if you've heard it 3 times, everybody in chat, but I was thinking the same thing, but I decided to cube together the runes to make Enigma to get the Jaw. Because I was like, man, do I really want to cube together like a couple of burrs? Like, this is insane. And I ended up doing it. And do you know how long it took me to find my first Jaw rune without cubing together 2 burr runes I got from LK? Being a full-time Diablo 2 YouTuber. It took me 1.5 years of full-time streaming to find my first Jaw rune to drop off of a monster. So, maybe. You never know if you're going to get it or not, but yeah. I would rather have Enigma and then also have another Jaw rune than not have Enigma. And also, once you have Enigma, you're more likely to find a Jaw rune because you'll be farming more efficiently. And farming faster, taking monsters out faster, meaning a Jaw is more likely to drop once you already have one, so. Gotta think about that too. Kate said you would make most of your currency through perfect gems, rails, and keys and stuff. Before Warlock, you say, huh? Yeah, that's kind of, before I streamed, that's how I would always get up my value too as well. I would even just like take a sorceress at the beginning of ladder and save up spirit rune sets and trade those, and then, you know, even like super early you could trade like a set of runes to make insight to people and stuff. Because people were so lazy and they wouldn't just go farm the Countess for like 20 minutes to get the runes. They would take whatever they had gotten from like their Hellforge, like, you know, here's a Lem rune for Raltier Tal Sol, and I'm like, okay. But yeah. Make a killing on Shakos and Oculus and stuff, you say? You start Sork? Yeah, I never really found, like, unique, super and crazy fast. Like, I used to spam farm Andy and stuff, but always doesn't... I don't find as much stuff as everybody else says they find, apparently. Yeah, fine. We could always up. Oh, yeah, it's... Oh... 355. The lem reaction Marty was talking about earlier. Yeah, I kind of figured. But that's not weird at all. My lem reaction, never weird. Harold. Keep bringing my Merc back here so it don't get taken out here. Antlers. Whoops. Kitted out my barb on ladder, everything I could trade. Still can't kill Uber Ancients or Ubers. So Uber Ancients I can't necessarily for sure help you with. I know barbs can do it. Sounds like you got all the good stuff. I mean, grief, fortitude. So make sure you have life tap somewhere. Life tap is insanely crucial. Either there's these gloves called Dracula's Grasp. Get those, but you also probably want to get something called a life tap wand. Look up how to get it. I mean, I have some videos about it, and you can just Google it and it'll probably tell you. You can shop them from vendors. So you're going to want to like whichever one of the Ubers for going to get torches from the regular Ubers, cast life tap on them, and then start swinging with your swords. And then, and then if life tap runs out, make sure you cast it again. Or if you have Drax, while you hit them, it'll cast life tap. So. Also, what skill you're using is going to matter too, because if anytime I do Ubers with a barb, I always use Frenzy. Whirlwind could be, you could do it. I've seen it done, but it might, like, just the mechanic of it, and you'll get hit when you're not swinging, and then your life will all go away. So there's a lot of little things, like, it's hard to fully explain right now, but Uber Ancient, same strategy as Ubers. Basiro, kind of, sort of, yeah. Ordinary Toke said you found a win force this season. Nice. On ladder. Usually single player. Gotcha. Yeah, you say you are doing it with Whirlwind. Whirlwind's just, it doesn't really work out, yeah. Carl up here a minute ago saying you cubed 4 low runes. That got you up to being able to get Enigma here. Don't regret it. Yeah, Enigma's so goated. So. Oh no. Let Express, you pulled it, Phil. You left it on P3 for Uber Ancients. No! Devastating. Never pull a Phil. Don't do that. So, I'm looking at the time here. I'm gonna have to go ahead and hop off here at, so it's 4 o'clock, 5, 6. Oh yeah, I totally can. So I'm gonna hop off right now, and I think in a little bit here, just very shortly, I'm gonna stream over on my fantasy football channel. If anyone's interested, I'm probably gonna do one of these streams here. Not super long, you know. They'll either be like, it'll be like probably like a 40-minute stream, just something quick, you know. It's funny, these two drafts, this one was 38 minutes 44 seconds, 38 minutes 40 seconds. That's like one draft. So I'm gonna do one of those. So if you want to hop over there, you see the name Fantasy Football Phil. I did put the links in earlier, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. But yeah, appreciate y'all joining me. Been fun. We got a few good things today, so nailed it. But yeah, appreciate y'all. Thank you so much once again for the generosity too. The channel memberships, super chats, gifted memberships. Y'all out there know who you are. Thank y'all so much. It makes it possible for me to keep streaming and making content on this channel. So thank you. But yeah, peace out and keep slaying. Oh yeah.